Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you on this nice spring day here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Finally getting some warm weather. It was a brutal winter. I've been back about 5 years. They say it was one of the worst weathers they've seen in recent memory. But I shaved the beard. You know, it was so cold. I was like, I'm keeping the beard, man. I shaved it on Monday, and I'm feeling good. I feel, my issue, and I talk about it. My issue with the beard, I just got too much damn gray. And too much gray. It's all like gray in here. I got a lot of gray hair. When I shave, I just feel younger. Right? So it's a good vibe for myself. I feel younger. But the problem is, Brittany loves the beard. And then now my first daughter, Isla, loves the beard. So it's like, well, I like to make them happy. But then at a certain point, I'm like, okay, I'm shaving the beard. It's almost summer. 70 degrees out. Let's get rid of the beard. It was funny. When I shaved my beard last year, when it got a little warmer, and I went to pick up my daughter, Isla, from daycare, she literally didn't even know who I was. It was hilarious. Like, she didn't want me. I tried to pick her up, and she literally ran to her teacher at daycare. It was kind of like, who are you, dude? Like, it's me, Dad. I just don't have a beard. she was, I don't know, she was 1 or maybe a little under 1. She was probably around 1. She was freaking out. Like, who is this guy? Who's this stranger trying to pick me up and take me home? But now she'll touch it and she'll say, face gone? I'm like, my face is still here. I don't have the beard. But, sometimes you gotta mix it up. So I had to shave the beard, welcome the warm weather. Ready to go full dad mode in the summer. Actually do some stuff with the yard. We moved into this house. We're coming up on 3 years in July. I've done basically nothing for the yard. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to just go full dad mode and actually mulch and take care of it. I was waiting for we got a new deck last fall, and I was like, let's get the deck in. We needed a new deck. It was falling apart. Let's get the new deck in, and then we'll start giving a shit about the yard. So that's where I'm at with the yard situation. By the way, I do have an update from my neighbor, Gay Greg. I know you guys love to hear Gay Greg stories. It's nothing major. I saw him the other day. Weather's been nice, like I'm saying. Kids have been outside. We got kids across the street around my daughter's age, so he's been playing with them. And their next door neighbor is Gay Greg and his wife. And Gay Greg sauntered out the other day with his little dog, and he's like, "Have you met the neighbors?" I just want to laugh every time. Because I don't exaggerate it. I know I always say this. This is literally how he sounds. He's like, "Have you met the new neighbors?" We're all like, no, none of us have met him. He's like, "I have. Here's the story. They just moved in. They don't have any kids. They're thinking about having kids. They were curious, who has kids in the neighborhood? Is it kid friendly? Are there many kids? Do we have boys? Are there girls? What's the situation?" And I told him, they have kids and they have kids and they have 2 little girls and you guys should have kids. And I looked at him. I said, "You got all that? You got all that out of one meeting? You were asking them about their kid situation because to me, that's a personal question. I was talking to a buddy about this last night. To be honest, I think it's kind of rude when you ask somebody if they want to have kids, because you don't know the situation. You don't know. You don't know if she can't get pregnant. You don't know if he's got bad sperm. You don't know if they just don't want to have kids. I think it's a personal question to ask somebody if they want to have kids. You don't know if there was a miscarriage. You don't know if there was trauma. You don't know what happened. It's a very personal question to ask somebody. How many kids do you want to have? What do you want to have? Oh, you have a boy? Do you want to have a girl? All that is personal. But he doesn't care. Again, that's why we call him Gay Greg. He's like he's like the neighborhood gossip. So they want to have kids. They just don't have any. They should meet you guys. And he doesn't get my sarcasm. I said, well, geez, Greg, what's the guy's shoe size? Did you ask him that? You asked him all these other personal questions. He did the same thing with us when we moved in, you know? Are you going to have kids? Oh, you are. Okay. You have one girl on the way. Are you going to have another one? You better do it quickly. You're not getting, look at all that gray in your beard. You're not getting any younger, Andy. Like at this point, I'm convinced there's no way he's straight. It's so funny. There's nothing about him that says he likes women. And again, here he is. He's like a 70-year-old dude with grandkids. It's absolutely amazing. But it's funny when you turn into a parent now that I'm over 2 years into this, and you see parents like on my street who just don't watch their kids. Which is like mind blowing. Like, what are you doing? You're not watching your kids? There's this house up the street. The kids just roam down. We're in a cul-de-sac. They'll just roam and start hanging out in our yard, or my buddy across the street with his 2 kids. They got a little jungle gym, playground, whatever, swing set in their yard. They just roam into their yard. Just don't even ask. They just hop on the swing set, go down the slide. Like, dude, where's your dad? Where's your mom? What are they doing? Like there's one thing being a helicopter parent, which you don't want to be a helicopter parent, but you don't want to be the opposite. You don't just like let your kids roam free. Now, it was a little different when I grew. Like when I grew up, you could do that. Again, I always do the debate. I've said it all the time. Like, was there more pedos when I was a kid, or do we just know more about it now because of the internet and technology? Or did internet and technology bring out more pedos? I don't know. It's like the debate, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The pedo or the internet? I don't know. So I think kids should have freedom, but I just depends when they're at a certain age. I just don't think you should just let your kids roam free. My neighbor, that same neighbor, one time I was outside taking down Christmas lights, and his daughter was trying to ride a bike by me in the cul-de-sac where I live, and he's like, I got to run back to the house for something. You mind watching my kid? What? Like, dude, I'm taking down Christmas lights. Yeah, I do. I don't really know you that well. I'm not trying to watch. Not trying to babysit. I'm not trying to do daycare at my house. You mind if you watch my kid? Yeah, it'd be one thing if we were boys. I don't know you that well, man. Also, if something happens to your kid, am I liable? Can you sue me? I think people don't think about that. That's why you have, the different types of insurance for your house and your property insurance. It's like, if something happens, you can get sued. I was talking to my neighbor about that on a swing set. He's like, my wife has no clue. I go, she probably doesn't. I don't think most women think about that. Like, if something happens, if a kid gets in an accident on that swing set, he could get sued. And we all know everybody loves to sue in this country. It's just like nonstop suing. So that's what's going on in my life, full dad life at this point. I did want to talk about this Southwest situation. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It was big news this week. Southwest Airlines, after, 50 years, their whole existence as a company, is going to remove the bags fly free. This was big news this week. Southwest will remove the free flying bags. And I think it's a terrible idea. The 53-year-old airline will start assigning seats and charging extra for leg room and removing the bags fly free unless you're like a loyalty or an executive member, all those things. This is a terrible idea. Whose idea was this? I'll tell you whose idea it was. I believe a private equity firm has a huge stake in Southwest now. And when they come in, it's just bottom line. How much money can we make? Bottom line. How can we add to our revenue? Oh, we'll be like every other douchebag airline and we'll start charging for bags. But this is what your whole MO, Southwest, your whole MO is literally bags fly free. That's been your whole MO. Your whole MO, my whole life has been bags fly free and you could change your flights. You could change your flight schedule and you wouldn't be charged. I used to fly Southwest a lot when I was doing stand-up comedy and I was doing all those college shows like 15 years ago. I flew Southwest all the time. You know I flew them all the time? Because of those reasons. Bags were free and you could change your flight schedule. So in fact, I remember multiple times. I remember one time I was flying out of Chicago Southwest and I was like, you know what? I have some extra days. Why don't I just pop over to Cincinnati, see my parents, and change that schedule and then pop back to Los Angeles? And it was easy. And I would do that all the time. I want to stay an extra day here, or I want to leave a day early here. That was the best part. Now, I think a lot of them have changed that post-COVID as far as flying, changing the flights and not charging you. But that was the thing with Southwest. You knew you weren't getting internet. It was basic. It was bare bones. You weren't getting internet. You do the whole cattle call to get into your seat. You knew what you were getting. You were getting a cheap economic choice. And that's, to be honest, what I liked about Southwest. I go, okay, I don't have much money. I'm a struggling comedian. I'm going to go on Southwest. They're not going to charge me for my bags. And now they're just going to completely change that. Dude, that would be like if McDonald's they got rid of, I mean, to me, it'd be like McDonald's getting rid of the burgers and they start selling steak. And that's probably not even the best analogy, but I just don't understand how do you get rid of bags fly free? I saw this tweet. It has 6.5 million views. It's a great point. It says no TVs, no outlets, no first class, higher base prices. Why would anyone fly Southwest going forward? I have over 12,000 miles with y'all, and once I redeem them, y'all will never see me again. Y'all have completely lost the plot. I totally agree. Why would you fly if you're basically going to be Delta, but I don't get the internet and I don't get a TV? Why would you fly Southwest? Tell me why you would fly Southwest if you don't have the perks the other airlines have with the fees. And the fees are ridiculous. They are just so ridiculous. Nobody talks about it. I've said it time and time again. We just accept it. We all just accept it. They never used to charge you for seat preference. They never used to charge you for leg room. Now that's a fee. All this stuff, all this fees. Where do all these fees come from? None of this used to happen. You go book a resort fee, an internet fee, a convenience fee. I was looking at a possible vacation for my family. My brother, a lot of people here in Cincinnati, they go to Hilton Head, South Carolina, the island. My brother and his family are going the first week of June. Let me pull this up. I sent this to my brother. They're going the first week of June. He stays at a condo right there in Hilton Head. I sent him a screenshot. This is the quote for the condo that I looked at. On top of what they want to charge you for a week, $3,600, which is a lot of money, obviously. The reservation fee is $342. Then you have $461 for taxes. Then you have the car pass for the week, $17. Then the cleaning fee, $240. So let's do that math in my head. So you start out at $3,600, 240 plus 17 plus 461 plus 342. That's an extra $1,060. So that $3,600 reservation you had just went up to $4,600. A 304 a reservation. What does that even mean? A $342 reservation fee. What does that mean? Dude, the level of greed of these places, it's unbelievable. It truly is. Like the Luigi Mangione thing is going to happen in every industry. They're just going to start popping CEOs of every industry. $342 for where does that money go? Where does that money go? A reservation fee? It's like the airlines. Where does all this money go? You need that much money to charge people for a bag for extra leg room? This is the CEO. Listen to what the CEO says. This is the CEO of Southwest Airlines. This is what he had to say about it.
The answer is that it's about securing our future. We're announcing changes to our business that will help us return to the levels of profitability we all expect and to support our collective long-term success. It's also about adapting to what our customers want.
What you think the customers want? This is amazing. Your customers want to be charged for bags? Your customers want to basically fly a Greyhound with no internet, no TVs in the sky, while also being charged for bags. Dude, it's amazing. I know the term gaslight is always used, and I think it's overused, but it's amazing, like the gaslighting here, and just how he's speaking. This is what the customers want. Customers want to pay extra money to fly your budget airline. Do you listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth?
Many things have changed post-COVID. The loss of short-haul demand, a rise in premium demand, and a change in customer preferences. They're more than the logo on our planes. Our DNA isn't open seating or even bags fly free. It's a
Yes, it is. That literally is your DNA. This dude's just a liar. Your DNA is not bags fly free. You've literally had that policy since you started. Open seating you've had. In fact, literally, I was reading the Wall Street Journal, and they were showing something. It's hilarious that he's saying that's not our DNA. They literally have giant digital billboards in various airports. This is one from Denver, the Denver International Airport. Literally, the digital billboards, giant screens. It says "getting charged for bags?" ? That's the next TV says that's cold, and then the next one says 2 bags fly free on every fare. Bro, that literally is your DNA, is bags fly free. Open seating. Again, it's like McDonald's getting rid of burgers. No, we're just going to do chicken sandwiches now and fish fillets. We're done with the burgers. Like, these people are so dumb when they go on and say stuff like this.
dedication to service and hospitality and to the golden rule for each other and for our customers. It's our commitment to customer service that is in a class of its own. A strong network with the most nonstop flights in the U.S.
So you think, buddy, because your flights that have wannabe comedian flight attendants, you think that's what's going to get people to continue to fly Southwest? He's talking about the service. You think people really care for that one-liner joke that, "Hi, this is Beth. I'll be your flight attendant today. We're gonna go fly over Des Moines. If you fly it, they will come because we're going over Iowa." Get it? It's like a reference to Field of Dreams. Like, you think people are going to fly because of the hospitality? This guy is out of his goddamn mind.
And a loyalty program that delivers real value to Rapid Rewards members.
This guy's unbelievable. These people are insane. You know what's always amazes me is somebody like this. Their concept of reality is just so far removed from like the common person. Buddy, your concept of reality is so far removed from me, just some middle class dude in Cincinnati, Ohio with a family of 4. Like you have no concept of how expensive stuff is and the price. But obviously they don't care. They just don't care. That's why they're going to charge for bags now. That's why they're going to charge for all these things. And people will accept it. Because like, what are you supposed to do? You don't have any options. I mean, all these airlines, all of them have put so much money into lobbies against like a high-speed rail system. Obviously, that would be a competitor for them in the country. Like that's the only solution for these airlines. But it's again, it's absolutely insane to think somebody would willingly pay bags to fly Southwest with no internet, no TV, none of the quote unquote amenities, which by the way, that's another term, amenities when it comes to flying, when it comes to hospitality in a hotel. Dude, they use that term now, amenity, like, dude, it's not an amenity if you have a toilet. They'll be like, look at our amenities. We have a toilet and a shower, a little tub of toothpaste in case you want to brush your teeth. Look at our amenities. We got a cuck chair in the corner of the hotel room in case you want to bring a friend and you want to watch your wife partake in some extracurricular activities. Look at our amenities we have. We have a little glass jar full of water in the hotel lobby. Look at these amazing amenities. All these places. I mean, I talked about it. Like the cleaning fees at Airbnb. Dude, if your cleaning fee is more than the stay, I'm out. For that reason, I'm out. It's like, how much money do you possibly want to make? The answer is all the monies in the world. They want to make all the monies in the world. Look, I'm for making a buck. I'm for capitalism. But at a certain point, you just like, it's just next level greed, right? Like, I don't know what else. What else is it? What else would it be? Dude, the thought of, I couldn't tell last time I flew Southwest, but the thought of paying for my bags to go on a bargain rate flight that's not going to have basic things like internet, which again, most of them want to charge you so much money. There's so much money for a plane that might not even land. I mean, come on, right? At this point, a plane that might just crash. God knows the flights lately haven't been exactly the safest. Like, oh wait, so I got to pay $45 for the internet, and my plane might end up upside down on the runway. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm just gonna stay here this weekend. I'm just gonna stay with the fam, hang out in the cul-de-sac. That's what I'm gonna do. You guys are out of your mind. Absolutely out of your mind, Southwest. And just getting absolutely roasted, deservingly so, I saw on Twitter. So that tweet that guy posted, I'll read it again. No TVs, no outlets, no first class, higher base prices. Why would anyone fly Southwest going forward? Again, totally agree. You've completely lost the plot. Some like AI bot responded from Southwest. We know the policy updates are a big change for our customers. We hear you and understand you're disappointed. Amelia. First of all, your name's not that's the name you're choosing for your AI bot? Amelia? You're just going to use some custom AI bot? And then the bot is responding to everybody underneath that complaining. You know, I hope they go under. I do. I'll just say it. I hope you go under, Southwest. And I had some good flights on you back in the day, Southwest. I had especially some hungover flights on you, Southwest. You gave me some memories. Like that flight from Tacoma, Washington to Los Angeles after I performed at Washington State University in the spring of like 2011. When was that? 2010, 2011. We had some good memories, Southwest. Remember that flight? I got bombed all night with the kids at Washington State University, the Cougars. Woke up next to some random girl who then told me nothing happened. You just vomited all over my bathroom and fell asleep. Classic. Hopped on that Southwest flight from Spokane. Flew through Vegas to LA. Literally slept on it. There was nobody on it from Spokane to Vegas. Slept on that Southwest an entire row. Your flight attendants were very nice, very cordial. Let me sleep on that entire back row to Vegas, work off that hangover. Then slept from Vegas to LA, made it home. What a great flight. What a great weekend. Thank you guys. It was cheap. I remember it. It was cheap. But now you want to charge for everything. And now you're not going to let the hungover 26-year-old kid who just got bombed out of his mind at a university after telling some Taco Bell jokes, you're not going to let him take up a whole row. You're going to charge him $600 for it. And for that reason, I'm out. So I was seeing headlines recently about Pete Davidson getting all his tattoos removed. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this. Pete Davidson is removing all his tattoos. He's got like over 200 tattoos. And he's getting them all removed. So he goes through this, I don't even know what laser removal. And it's going to take him like years to get removed. On top of that, it's going to cost him like $200,000, which is insane. Now, there's debate about that price, and a lot of people think he could get it a lot cheaper. I mean, he's got some wild tattoos. He's got a bust of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, an inked Saturn, Hillary Clinton's silhouette. These are just a few. What else did Pete Davidson have? He's got I think he's got what was it? He's got a collection of cartoons smoking blunts, like a Muppet smoking a blunt, the Tootsie Pop owl smoking a blunt. Anyway, so Pete Davidson's getting all the ink removed, which I feel like is pretty rare. I feel like most people, when they get that ink, they just accept, I got this for life. Now, does he start a trend? I was thinking, does Pete Davidson removing his ink, does Pete Davidson removing his tattoos, does that start a trend? I mean, his whole body was inked up. Now, look, I have 0 tattoos for this very reason. It's for life. And you make mistakes, and what you like at 22 is not what you like at 42. Dude, I'm a prime example. I'm 43 years old now. I'm old, man. I got 2 kids. People hear that. People who don't know, they're like, dude, Ruther has 2 kids now? Ruther's back in Ohio? He left Los Angeles? He's back in Ohio in the suburbs? He's got 2 kids? Yeah, you change, man. You adapt. You mature. You grow up. And I think the same can be said about tattoos, right? A tattoo that you thought was really cool at 19, not as cool at 48. Look, you get tattoos. I'm not anti-tattoo. I guess maybe I am because I don't have any. I'm saying you do what you want with your body. But I think Pete Davidson is interesting because he's such a public figure. And now he's getting them removed. I wonder if that spurs other people to get their tattoos removed. I guess he's doing it for like some campaign as well. He's smartly going to make money off it. Right? He's doing it for some brand I think he's pairing up with. Yeah, he posed an advertisement for the brand Reformation. It's going to be branded as the official boyfriend of Reformation. Bro, what's his secret? What's Pete Davidson's secret, man? I mean, the amount of girls he's dated. Like, is he just got like a 12-inch hog? I mean, that's got to be it, right? Is that what it is? I mean, his list is impressive. And I never fully got the Pete Davidson thing. I never fully got it, to be honest. I'm not anti Pete Davidson. I never like. Is he an industry plant? I love using that term. Yo, is he an industry plant? He just. I never really watched SNL, but if I did, I just never found him like, oh, he's got great talent to do all these different characters or impersonations. Right? Like if you take somebody like Bill Hader, I think he's amazing. Amazingly talented guy. Funny. He can do great characters, great impersonations. I just never saw that from Pete Davidson. And then the stand-up I saw was the same way. I just was like, I don't really get it. I never really got it. Is there something I'm missing? So tell me, is there something I'm missing? I don't know. I saw him do an impersonation once of Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, this is terrible. You sound nothing like Aaron Rodgers. Then you see somebody like a Bill Hader, and you're like, man, that guy's amazing. That guy can do impersonations. It's always weird in that line of work because once they just like anoint you, they anoint you. Hence the term industry plant. It's just like, okay, he's a thing. And now he's dating all these hot, he's like, who are the women Pete Davidson has dated? Pete Davidson girlfriends. Bro. The major ones I knew, Kim Kardashian, Kate Beckinsale, Ariana Grande, that one supermodel, Emily Ratajkowski. A lot of these other ones I don't even know. Pete Davidson's complete dating history. Oh, this is in depth. I mean, he just went from girl to girl. And the range. You know what's impressive about Pete Davidson's dating history? His range. Like he goes like old model cougar Kate Beckinsale to like the pop star Ariana Grande to Kim Kardashian. That's just like, that's some range, dude. I mean, I'm looking, he's all over. And good for him. You know, I wonder, was that his superpower? Was it the ink? Was it the tattoos? Was it the ink that got all the girls, or was it just a 12-inch hog? I don't know. I guess it's like anything. Girls are like, ooh, why is everybody dating Pete? And they all want to date him. I think good for him, though, for removing the tattoos. I think good for Pete Davidson. Because I think that's not an easy decision. Now, he said a lot of it because he's sober. So a lot of the tattoos, I think, probably resemble like his substance abuse and alcohol and all that. I get that. But I don't think it's easy to admit, hey, maybe I shouldn't have gotten these. Plus, it's not going to feel well to have the laser all over your body, the laser all over your skin. That must feel terrible. But I think it's hard to just admit, take your L and say, yeah, I was an idiot, man. I shouldn't have gotten the Tootsie Roll, the Tootsie Pop, smoking a blunt. Maybe not the best decision. A silhouette of Hillary Rodham Clinton on my calf. Maybe not the best decision in my life. And he's like, dude, I'm gonna, I'm going to right my wrongs. I'm going to right my stupidity. So good for him. Good for Pete Davidson. I don't think that's an easy decision to just take your own L, take your lumps. You know, I think about me when I was young, just all the dumb stuff I did. So I was an idiot. I mean, I still am, but I was an idiot, even more of an idiot. I used to have, I guess the only equivalent for me with no tattoos, I used to have my ears pierced. Oh my God, you look at those pictures of me. my little cubic zirconium earrings in both my ears, or my loops. I thought I was cool, man. I'm a little white kid from the suburbs. I listen to Eminem and Tupac. I think I'm cool, man. Look at me. My little earrings, my little bling. Which, by the way, the holes are still open. I always think it'd be funny if I put earrings in. My holes, some people's holes never close. I still have holes in my ears. Throw in some cubic zirconium, go pick up my daughter from daycare. I bet gay Greg would love it. Ooh, Andy got some bling. Look at this. See, when I grew up, they said if you just had your right ear pierced, you were gay. I don't know. Was that a thing, or was that just some stupid rumor that people started when I was in high school, grade school, whatever it was? Just, oh, if you have just your right ear pierced, you're gay. How did that start? Right ear pierced, gay. Does that even come up? Let's pull up what the old AI says on Google. The idea that piercing the right ear specifically for men is an indication of someone being gay is an outdated and inaccurate stereotyping. Piercing is a form of personal expression and has no relation towards sexual orientation. Yeah, they're saying it was a 90s thing. In the past, some attributed the right ear to a specific sexual orientation, but that myth that originated in the 70s and 80s and was popularized in the 90s. Yep, my time. Who started that? Did just one dude start that? Was there just like one dude in a playground with a group of friends and he's like, Brian got his right ear pierced. Brian totally loves dudes. And then it just spread from town to town. I always wonder how things spread, how those things spread before the internet, before social media. They just decided, hey, you got your right ear pierced. You totally love balls in your face. like how did that start? Who started that? But like that was a concern. Guys, when I grew up, that was a concern because I didn't get both my ears pierced at once. And that was also a thing. A lot of times you got just one ear pierced. So I started at 17. I got my left ear pierced. But you had to do the left. You couldn't do the right or you were gay. It makes no sense. It's so stupid. No, get your left ear, man. You get your right. You're totally gay. You're the gayest dude in high school. So yeah, I got my left ear pierced, like junior year of high school. I wasn't ready for both. I wasn't ready for that. It was a big leap to get both. And then freshman year of college, I was like, I'm ready. I'm going to get both ears pierced now. I'm ready to put in my hoop earrings, give the double middle finger, act like I'm Slim Shady. The millions of white kids who just loved, and Eminem is, by the way, great. He's one of the best rappers of all time. But just loved Eminem. Dude, his second album, what is it, the Marshall Mathers LP? I used to listen to that shit on loop. I listened to that sleeping. Like, yeah, man. I don't care about girls. Like, you cared about girls, but you were so cool. They're bad, man. They're all bitches. I'm Slim Shady, man. Dude, I had a poster. I had a poster sophomore year of college in my dormitory at St. Louis University of Eminem giving the double middle finger with my double hoop earrings. Yeah, my hoop earrings. I'm cool. I got Eminem doing this, man. The middle finger. Yeah. I'm Andy Ruther. I got my frosted tips. I don't think I had frosted tips, so you know what I'm talking about. But what a douche. Dude, it's amazing that like any girl would come back to my dorm. What a loser. Let's bring it back though. Let's run it back. Let's run back the double hoop earrings. I'm gonna show up today, pick up my little girl at daycare. Let's run it back. Let's bring back the double hoop earrings. So that's the difference between tattoos. You can bring back the earrings. Tattoos, you gotta decide. You're either keeping them or leaving them. I took my daughter yesterday. I picked her up and I took her to the cemetery. And I was like, how do I explain this to her? She knows who my parents are. I don't think she grasps even at 25 months old. I don't think she fully grasps those are my parents. I try to tell her, like, Mimi is my mommy, is daddy's mommy, and Dalt is daddy's daddy. It's like, how do you explain that? So I told her we were going to see Mimi and Dalt, and I don't think she really understood it. And on the headstone of where my parents are buried there's a picture that's in the headstone of my parents together. And it's real nice. And it's in that. And she knows looking at it just from us talking about it and pictures in my house, like that's Mimi, that's Dalt. And this was the first time where she was old enough to kind of understand. I used to take her to the cemetery when she was a baby, just it'd be relaxing and peaceful and therapeutic for me. And I'd walk through the stroller. I'd take her on the stroller through the cemetery and, be thinking about my parents and like mentally talking to them, the whole 9 yards. But yesterday was the first time that she was old enough that I could be like, hey, that's where Mimi and Dalt are. And I don't, it's like, how do you explain that? And she's like, where are they? And I was like, heaven. But then, how do you explain that to a 2-year-old? And of course, I was like emotional too. So she saw me crying a which was a whole other thing. And she's like, Daddy's sad. I was like, I am sad. I miss them. And trying to explain, hey, we're the cemetery. They're not here. And then I was thinking, like, at what age do I tell them that they're dead or even explain death, life and death? She did that the other day with our dog who we've all been missing, Roscoe, and it about broke our hearts. She just said, she goes, where's Roscoe? I'm like, oh man. Like, how do you, like, I just tell her he's at the Rainbow Bridge, but it's tough, right? How do you explain to a 2-year-old he's gone? I don't like to use the word dead. I don't want to put that in her head. I just say he's gone. He's at the Rainbow Bridge. But I told her yesterday, I was like, I said he could be, I said he's probably with Mimi and Dalt. They're probably all together. There's such deep concepts and deep things to explain to just such a young kid. Let me see here. So he died the end of October. So, she's 20 months old. And it's like, she doesn't talk about him too much, but we do have a stuffed animal that looks like him that she cuddles with in bed every night. So he's prevalent and there's pictures of him in our house. So, and I think that's good. I want her to remember him. Hopefully her whole life. But he died before her second birthday, a few months. So it's like, how much is she actually going to remember? How do you explain that to a 2-year-old about, oh, he's gone. He's gone forever. And that's kind of what I was thinking in my head yesterday with my parents of like, how am I going to explain her? And I'm sure I will, and I'll be fine at a certain point. Be like, they're gone. And it's tough because when I go to the cemetery, especially with her, there's a huge part of me that where you get bitterness at times that my parents never got to see either of my kids. And it just it creates like an anger. There's a sadness for sure, but it definitely creates also this bitterness of not getting that. And they didn't get to hold your kid or see your kid or know them. It sucks. There's no other way around. It just sucks. So I was thinking about that yesterday, but I always feel better when I go there. And I felt it was really good to go bring my daughter and kind of just put that in her head. Hey, this is where they are. And then the spiritual stuff you can explain later. But it's like it's just too difficult to explain that to a 2-year-old. I mean, she doesn't even understand that they're my parents, or that her mommy's parents are here and that's her parents, So anyway, it was nice though. It was real nice, man. It's two is a 2 is a great age, and they're also assholes. There's no other way around it. Like they're just assholes. They're just assholes. I was talking to my neighbor about that with his kids. He's got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. He's like, yeah, we're just like, their favorite word is no. Everything is no. It's just no, 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 no. I'm like, how about yes? How about yes? And they're exhausting. I didn't realize the level of exhaustion until we added a second. When you have a 7-week-old and a 2-year-old, you just are like, oh my God, I can't wait to sleep. You fall in those deep sleeps, man. Like deep. Especially when you do a cat nap. And I had already mastered this way before I had kids. I'm talking holding the baby, you're rocking the baby in a rocker, and you do like a 10 to 15 minute deep sleep, man. It's like, I don't know, what is that? The REM? You're in that deep, it's like that sleep I used to have when I get just blackout drunk sleep. But you don't have the feelings of booze. You're just like in a deep sleep, man. Way deep sleep. And you wake up and you're a little groggy and you're like, I feel refreshed though. I'm ready to deal with these kids now. We do have a hotline here at the Andy Ruther Show. Let's pull that bad boy up. Where is the Andy Ruther Show hotline? Where is it? It's somewhere around here, isn't it? Is it here? Where is it? Here it is. 859-935-0078. That is the hotline for the Andy Ruther Show. You guys can call whenever you want. It's just a Google voicemail. You can call, say what's up, have any questions, have any comments. I'm going to hop on or piggyback anything I said. I'm here for it. 859-935-0078. All right, guys, that is the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully on Wednesday. A little late this week. My apologies. That's on me. All right, guys, much love. Peace.